I've got a bit, well, I've got two problems really, besides how messy this press is. The first problem we can deal with right now, it's about this. Yeah, that's not supposed to move like that. It is because of this. This thing, it's called a shear collar. This one has been sitting in a drawer for a long time, but this part is meant to fail before the press fails, before you break anything. As you can see by how dirty my press is, it had been abused over the years. This press is 60 years old, and it had been abused. In fact, I'm not sure of the status of the shear collar, but it certainly looks better than whatever's going on inside there. So first thing I need to do is replace that shear collar. But the wrenches I have are not going to give me the leverage I need to open this thing up, which probably hasn't been opened in 30 or 40 years. So I need to go get some wrenches. And now for the moment of truth, shall we? How do I get that out of there? Definitely cracked. How do I get it out? Nope. There it is. Yay. Yeah, it's pretty bad there, I'd say. These were two separate metals as far as I know, and this metal, the center metal, got pushed to one end. So theoretically, this will work as a replacement, but we're gonna clean this up first. Okay, so this here, it says special metal, and then I think that says, looks like maybe S 4040. I don't know. Can you read that? Anyway, this who knows how long this has been sitting in a drawer, but we're going to go ahead and put it back in here and make something happen. Well, this has been hit so hard with that shear collar that it's imprinted backwards that special metal and that there. So, all right, I'm gonna go clean this up a little bit more and then we'll put it back. This is that spacer, and this is the back plate. That's the inside there. I just want to get, this press has been caked in so much gunk over the years. Just want to get some of that off of there. So, as per the manual, which did not tell me the trick to getting this out of here, but as per the manual, we put that center bolt back in, put the spacer around it, and then put, that's interesting. Yeah, no, that had to be the way it was, right? Nope. Shear collar first, then the spacer. That's the way it was. You can find those holes to align. And this one, that. Did it. All right, I think that might do it. Definitely proved that there was something wrong. My hands are insanely dirty, but with basically no impression set at all, I'm getting a ton, which means my make ready, my packing is too much. That's a good thing now. That means I think I've got impression back. Hopefully it'll fix my inking issues. We'll try that next time. It's almost the end of the day. I need to get going in a few minutes, so I'm gonna clean up my hands, and then maybe tomorrow we'll ink up and see if we can't get this back in, dialed in. I think this may have been my big problem. Hopefully it was. All right, so what you may have seen me doing there to fix that, something I picked up from a thread I had seen a few weeks ago and had to go back and find from Breyer Press, which is a really great letterpress printers forum. And essentially that spacer and that shear color, the shear color was stuck in the hole, and the spacer was inside of it. And so I couldn't really get a grip on anything. So I tapped that spacer back into the press, and then just wedged a little Allen wrench right into the gap between the spacer and the shear color. And then when I put the press on impression, it put a little bit of pressure on that, just enough to pop that out. And it worked. So impression is back. I think that might fix the problems I've been having with my press. That also means I need to order more spare shear collars in case this happens. There are a lot of people this never happens to. I do tend to run things a little close to the edge, and so it might happen to me. But on this press, under the condition it was in, as abused as it was, I'm not at all surprised. These things happen. Now, I was going to tell you about another problem that I have, but I had a conversation earlier today that got me thinking about something that's incredibly disheartening. I've heard this from a lot of people, and I want to talk about it. I want to have a conversation about it with my colleagues and peers. It is a truism in the luxury wedding space in particular that the more luxury you go, in terms primarily of dollars spent, the less likely it is that as a wedding vendor you will talk to your couple. I think that's for the most part pretty true. The more those couples are used to having people manage things for them. The challenge lies in this. I'm a perfect example. I only do my best work when I can get deeply personal with my clients, when I can know things about them. I'm working with a client right now where we just had a conversation last week about what her childhood relationship was like with her siblings and her parents, because we're doing a really killer Christmas gift related to her family. And so I needed to know really deeply personal things so I could reflect that in my work. The same is true of every wedding invitation I do. I have to deeply and intimately know my clients in order to reflect them in the thing that I create for them. And I can't do that if I don't talk to them. This is where it breaks down for me. Not everyone is like this. Not everyone needs to get kind of hands-on with a client in order to do their best work. If you're a photographer, you might be able to walk in and read a room really well and know what you need to do to capture the meaningful, not the shot list. Nobody cares about the shot list. What we care about is capturing meaningful moments. And that might look like the first time certain family members have seen each other in a while. And there are some photographers that are really good at just reading the room that way. There are others that in order to tell that story really do need to engage with their clients. Here's the problem. The conversation I had earlier today was about a luxury wedding photographer who fully embraces the fact that their best work comes from telling stories when they can get to know their couples, yet they are perfectly okay doing work that's not their best work. I have a real problem with that. That to me is like the textbook definition of being a hack. I'm going to get some hate for this, and that's perfectly fine. If you're not pissing some people off, you're not delighting anybody else either. If you're not doing your best work as a creative, why are you working? I've got bills to pay. Okay, that's a really cool thing to put on your tombstone. James Victoria says that way better than I do. Stability. Okay, I get that. In my own life, I was moonlighting doing this for a long time, and I lost my last job. And we kind of fell off a cliff for a little while, and it was terrifying. I happen to have a fairly high tolerance for risk. Not everyone in my family does. It was a challenging time. But I am thoroughly convinced that the only way to serve my clients is by doing my best work. And if you're not, as a creative, doing your best work, I don't understand why you're in a creative field to begin with. It doesn't make sense to me. And here's the thing. It's not just like some moral philosophical thing, although it really is for me. It is a practical thing. If I promise to reflect my clients in my work, and out of fear, I take work with a wedding planner who doesn't let me talk to that couple, I cannot deliver on my promise. And the people that talk about what I do, hopefully there are a few, the people that talk about what I do and talk about how I'm able to reflect my couples in my work, when that one wedding planner hears that, they're going to go, I didn't get that experience with him. A fine press didn't do that for me at all. And I will have been made a liar. It will be that I did not deliver on the thing that I promise my clients is the core of what I do. And so if that's not your promise, then okay, that's fine. Do something, just deliver on your promise, whatever it is. But there are so many people for whom the intimate and the personal of this work is a huge part of their promise, yet they let other people dictate how they engage with their clients. I don't understand it. Here's the thing, I was trying to do the math, and I'm not entirely sure I know the numbers exactly, but extrapolating out from a couple surveys, it seems to me as though there is something in the range of, let me get this number, I'm going to look it up. Okay, so using some big kind of round numbers, there are approximately 2.5 million weddings a year. I don't even know if that number is stateside or globally. It doesn't really matter. Approximately 4% of those are like ultra luxury weddings. Like let's call that 500,000 plus. That's a space where it would not be uncommon to spend $25,000 or more on stationery. That's a really great place for me to do my best work. That's 100,000 weddings a year where I could do my best work, just from a budgetary standpoint, that theoretically would be spending the kind of money where I can do my best. Of those, a lot of those, the planner's not going to let the couple talk to me, right? I don't know what that percentage is, but it's a lot. Let's call it 90%. That still leaves 10,000 weddings a year that could be a good fit for me. I only need like 10, 1/1000th of those weddings for me to have a great year. And so when you put it into perspective, why in the world would I compromise? Why would I let someone else dictate the way I engage with my clients in a way that would cause me to produce less than my best work when I only need 1 in 1,000? I don't get it. And to me, it really is a matter of integrity. And that sounds harsh and that sounds mean. That's how I see it. It's a matter of integrity for you to say, I know that these are the circumstances under which I do my best work, but I'll do work under other circumstances too. When you are taking people's money and giving them something, promising them something, exchanging value, it's your job to give your best every freaking time. And so for me, it is an act of love to tell someone, I can only give you my best, and these are the circumstances required to do that. It's a phrase I've been saying a lot lately. In fact, I'm probably going to make a print of it because I think it's that important for creatives. It's about setting boundaries. It's about understanding your process and then delivering wildly above and beyond on that. I had a proposal review today, the culmination of my creative process, where I talked to the client about what I wanted to make for them and how much it's going to cost and how long it's going to take. And it was that Christmas gift. And my client today, in a moment where I talked about a particular detail, as she thought about what her people, how they would experience it, said, "Oh my goodness, that gives me goosebumps." And that to me is like the greatest compliment I could possibly get. When my clients envision how their people experience the work I create for them. That's what I live for. That's why I do this work. And I want to be clear. If you're a wedding planner who's like, nope, we are only going to do it this way. Our vendors have to go through us. That's totally cool. I respect that's the way you do your best work. I just know that means I can't work with you, which is totally fine. It's a bummer. There's some great wedding planners out there I'm pretty sure I'll never work with because of that. Maybe I can convince them to, maybe they'll come to realize that their best work happens when I can do my best work too. I don't know. It doesn't really matter because the world's big enough. And I am confident in the nature of the work that I do, that the right people, when they find me, I'm the right solution. And I know that in 2020, in COVID world and recession world and all this crap, those are like big, brave words. I have to tell you, I don't feel those every moment of every day. But when I am my best self, when I am living the calling that I have, it's really obvious what I have to do. I have to give my best. I hope you do too. If you like the work that I do here, could you please like this video and subscribe to this channel, share it with somebody you know. And of course, I would love to thank my patrons at patreon.com/afinepress. Especially want to thank Jordan Marble and Torsten Jansky. They've been here from the beginning. Again, if you'd like to support these videos, patreon.com/afinepress. And I will see you on the other side. Thanks so much. Bye.